So guys, we did it. 10,000 subscribers, still growing. It's honestly crazy to see it in this amount of time. Uh, honestly, every fucking YouTuber says it. Thanks for the support, guys. It means a lot to me. Oh man, I really appreciate the support. I mean, yeah, it does mean a lot to me, and I do appreciate it. But y'all are some fucking idiots for subscribing. Y'all have been getting scammed since day one, bro. You thought I was giving you tips. In reality, I was just teaching you how to fucking lose Valorant games. Oh, it's hilarious. But anyways, I promised this Q&A, and I'm going to do it because, I'm not going to go back on it. I said I was going to do it for 5K. We're at 10K, 11K now, and I'm going to do this shit, right? Because I kept making it, and I had the video rendered out and ready to upload, and it was like 30 minutes long, and I was like, yeah, no, never mind, man. Changed my mind. It's just weird because, mainly most of my videos are me talking about Valorant. So when I, answer questions about like my life and shit, it's harder for me to put these kind of videos out because I second guess myself before actually posting them. And then what I was comfortable with putting out there, I just all of a sudden don't want out there. So I'm just going to upload this shit. I don't really care anymore. Honestly, this channel is growing pretty well. And if I actually accumulate a following, y'all are going to get to know me sooner or later, right? That's the nature of the fucking beast, right? So we're going to get started with our first question. So our first question is from Faint. Now, I've answered these questions before, probably about 3 months ago, but I'm answering them again. So my favorite band is, right now at least, it's Beartooth. And I know a lot of people that like, rock music don't really like Beartooth. They think they're kind of like a fake band. They don't really fit with the style of the genre. And personally, I can see why people think that. Now, if you don't listen to like rock or metal music at all, then you're probably going to wonder what the fuck I'm talking about. So I'm not going to go on too long of a rant about it. But I personally really like them. And the topic of their last album, their Disease album, was really near and dear to me. And I really liked it. And I have a vinyl of that specific album because it meant so much to me. It's one of my favorite all-time albums that I've ever listened to. The songs in it are absolutely amazing. And Beartooth, just all of their music, really I really relate to a lot of their music. Obviously, it's just edgy fucking teenager music, right? So, I don't know. I just really like their music. Their style is good. And when I'm at the gym, they're really nice to listen to. Wage War, also, I listen to at the gym quite a bit because they go hard as fuck. Now, aside from them, I really like Reliant K was one of my favorites since I was a kid. I've listened to them for probably about like 10 years. I haven't listened to them at all in like the last 2 years. But since I was 7 years old, they were like my first real introduction to music. Because at the time, I grew up in a pretty Christian household. And I remember one time I was listening to country music on my radio. My sister came in and she unplugged my radio and took it because I was listening to country music and not gospel music. So I kind of figured like all music was bad kind of thing, right? So Reliant K, Beartooth, there are a lot of other bands I really like, but off the top of my head, those are like the two biggest impactful bands I've listened to. I've been listening to Beartooth for about 4 or 5 years now, and I really appreciate them. For soul artists, I really like, Atlas is pretty good. He's kind of underrated. Now, if you haven't heard of the Hera, they're really good, and I recommend you check them out if you're into rock music at all. They're really unheard of, but they have super good music. And aside from that, I really like Suicide Boys as just a group, obviously, and people like Run the Jewels and a couple others. There's a lot of I listen to an extremely wide variety of music, right? Mainly just coinciding with rock music and a little bit of dark rap, like Bones, Suicide Squad, Night Laval. The fucking edgy rap. And I also really like Eden is definitely one of my top artists, in my top 5, definitely. I listened to Eden pretty much all my high school career, I guess you could say. I listened to Eden a lot, right? And then when I got expelled from school, Eden was like my top artist to listen to. Yeah, I got expelled from school. I'm not going to really get into that, but when I got expelled, I was listening to Eden mainly. So Eden kind of holds a place in my heart because it was just at a really rough time in my life, and I was like, fuck yeah, Eden's good. So Eden, Ron, I'm not going to go on any longer. It's been like 3 fucking minutes on this question, but I like a lot of music. Beartooth Eden, Reliant K, Suicide Boys, all of them being kind of at the top of what I listen to. I'll link a couple of my playlists in the description if you guys kind of want to hear what I listen to. But because I know a lot of you guys, you'll hear the music I put in my videos, or you'll hear the music on my stream, and you'll want to know the songs, or you want my playlist. So I'll just put that shit in the description because I want to make it easy access, I guess. So next question we have is, how did you get good at public speaking and YouTube speaking? Now, I don't consider myself like a prodigy at public speaking by any means. I have experience with public speaking. When I was in my technical training, I had this role. It's called a rope. It's kind of a pointless role. But at the time, it was really helpful to help me develop public speaking. Basically, what this role was we were put in charge of 100 people, and there were 4 of us, right? And we had to basically keep our team, is what it was called, the 100 people that we were all part of as a big group. We were all learning, taking classes together, doing, PT with and whatnot. We basically had to keep these guys in line. And it was really difficult because they were your peers, obviously. And a lot of them being older than me, it was a little bit difficult. But it really helped me branch out and kind of understand public speaking and how to talk to people without pissing them the fuck off, So that's kind of where it came from. I'm not going to get too much into that role. But yeah, that's pretty much it for that. I wouldn't consider myself super good at it. And with YouTube speaking, I've been doing it for a really long time. I recorded my first commentary when I was 14 years old. And maybe someday, if I ever hit like a big milestone, like huge, then maybe someday I will release that video because it's pretty bad. It's pretty fucking terrible. Do I want to go pro in Valorant? I would love to, but I can't. I unfortunately cannot. With my job, which is the military, I am in the military, for those of you that don't know that, it does not allow me enough time to actually pursue professional play. Now, if I was not in the military, let's say, right, for instance, I had decided to not join the military and I was at home and I still had a YouTube channel that was growing. My YouTube channel would probably be much bigger because I'd have much more time to dedicate towards it. And my Valorant skills would be through the roof compared to what they are right now. When I left for the military, I was insanely good at Counter-Strike. In my eyes, at least. I was very, very good. And my aim and mechanical skills was probably peaked. And then I left for the military. And it all fell off because I didn't have a computer for a full year. So I had completely, it's basically like you get amnesia, right? I got amnesia with my mechanical skills, and I've just been working to gain them back. So it's just not realistic. It's not feasible for me at all. If I were to have done this a long time ago, then yeah, I would consider it a possibility, and I would probably be pursuing it right now along with YouTube. But, the way the circumstances, the way the dice were rolled, it's just not possible. So I'd love to, but no. Now, Cesifar asks what my Army life was like. So I'm in the Air Force. And my Air Force life is okay. I can't obviously talk about it too much because a lot of it is kind of, I'm not allowed to talk about a lot of it. I'm under an NDA. But what I can say is obviously I'm not going to shit talk the Air Force. I do have bad things to say about them, but I'm not going to say them. Honestly, it's been pretty good. I've made some of the best friends of my life going through boot camp and tech training. And even at my first base, I have some pretty good friends here, right? And it's given me very good life experience that I really couldn't have gotten elsewhere. And I really appreciate it. It's put me in very stressful situations, such as getting pepper sprayed, which basically felt like the devil was pissing in your eyes with, no mercy. And also being, having my shit kicked in by a guy in a big-ass red suit. That was fun, too. And honestly, it's been pretty fun. The friends I've made have been pretty awesome. I made one of my best friends of all time in my boot camp, and he went through tech training with me, and it was just really cool to actually develop a friendship with someone like that. But my life in the Air Force has been alright, right? Like, obviously there's some shit about it I really despise, and obviously there's shit about it that I really like. Like, it's giving me stability in life, which I was desperately needed at the time. And it's giving me kind of a decent path that I can follow in case, what I'm trying to do doesn't work out, whether that be YouTube, whether that be a different career path I wanted to choose, right? I always have something to fall back on thanks to the Air Force. So, boot camp was pretty cool. I got pretty good friends in there, and I got a little bit of, learning how to cope with stress. Not that much because it wasn't really that stressful. A lot of people didn't take it well. You have people faking suicide threats, trying to get out of there for mental health reasons. You have people faking injuries and whatnot, and then just getting stuck in med hold for a really long ass time. But honestly, it's really not that, right? I didn't find it very difficult. There were a couple times in boot camp where I was like, well, this shit sucks, but I don't really have a choice. I'm going to go through with it. That's pretty much the farthest I've gotten into, like, this shit sucks territory. I've never really contemplated quitting the Air Force, except for the time I had devil's piss in my eyes. I was contemplating, my life's decision up until that point. And honestly, it's been good, though. It's been good. I like the uniform. It's pretty cool, pretty sexy uniform. And obviously, like, I really didn't work out much until I decided on joining the Air Force, and then I started working out a lot. And I worked out for like 7 months before I joined. I gained about 20-30 pounds in muscle. So, like, it was really exciting. And honestly, other than the bad shit that does happen in the Air Force, I'm glad I did it, right? So, not much else to say there. Maybe I'll give some boot camp stories or something in the future. But for now, that's all you get, right? And since we're on the topic of the Air Force and, my military life in general, a lot of you have asked, because I know some of you do know that I am in the military, a lot of you have asked my job, and I've been, very vague about it, but I'll tell you exactly what I do now. I am a MSO, which is a missile security operator. You can look it up online. And basically what I do is I respond to alarms, and I make sure that nobody steals our nukes. Basically, I'm guarding the nukes. So if an alarm goes off, I go respond to it, and I clear out the site, make sure there's nobody there. Of course, we are always, we always have weapons. That should be kind of a well-known fact. We're an armed response force, basically, is the gist of it. So that's pretty much my job, right? I pretty much just explained everything that's already online for you guys to see, because I'm not gonna, give out the fucking Air Force's secrets. So yeah, that's my job. That's what I do for an everyday kind of thing. So we have two more. One is, where did you learn how to edit? And I've been kind of making, like, the montages I upload on my channel. It's kind of the thing I've been doing since I was like 14. I've made, like, shitty montages, and I've never really expanded, upon my knowledge. Like, obviously I've learned how to use Sony Vegas really well, but the problem is it's Sony Vegas, right? You can't really do much in Sony Vegas. It's a pretty versatile tool, but it's not really for, like, effects, right? Because After Effects is where you want to do all the, special effects and the 3D rendering and all that. And I can't really do any of that in Sony Vegas. So, my effects don't look all that great, but, I've learned how to edit through just making these videos for so long. Like, I've probably made about 30 to 40 montages at this point. And I've been doing it for years and years and years. My first montage was when I was 13. It was really shitty. Really, really bad, but it's just gotten better since. I made Overwatch montages when I was 16. That's what caused my Overwatch channel to, kind of do okay. Like, I had like 800 subs, which is decent, for just posting Overwatch highlights. And people enjoyed it, and I enjoyed making them. And, when I upload a montage, like, obviously it's for you guys to see and enjoy, but a lot of it is for me, because I like taking a break from, the normal monotonous, like, I'll upload a tutorial or something. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy doing that. I enjoy making the tutorials, but the montages for me is kind of like a break from making just the same content over and over. And I am planning on expanding what I do and the types of videos I make eventually, but right now I'm focused on building my community. And honestly, you guys seem to be supporting the montages. They do very well. And other than the last one I made where you guys just insulted my music choice, I really enjoy making them, so I'm gonna keep making them. And yeah. And the last one I have is what's with the fucking Korean writing in your montages? And I could explain that. Basically, it's gonna sound cheesy as shit, but I make these I put these little Korean words in there because, it's something that I'm going through at the time, and it's something that I'm dealing with. And it's like kind of like a time capsule for myself. And I've been doing this since I was like 15, where I just include random ass shit that's in like Korean, Japanese, fucking German, Russian, just different languages. It's probably botched as shit, but eventually I'm gonna go back through my old videos and I'm gonna translate them and see kind of what I was going through at the time, because I left little messages to myself, basically. And I'll play like a clip of one of my old Overwatch montages, and you can kind of see exactly what I'm talking about.
Although it feels like heaven, I can't wait forever. Old habits are hard to break. I'm losing faith. Maybe we're better off this way, but I'm still.
Nice standing. Leave it down, leave it down. Winston, not Winston. Winston dead. Tracer dead. I love you, Zarya. I love you less, Zarya. Let's grab blade, just grab blade.
Here we go, boys. Go team.
Close support for dead. So that's kind of what I'm talking about. Obviously, I included a little bit more because, you know, for my Overwatch players, you know, kind of a treat, I guess. If you don't play Overwatch, I'm sorry. I will be re-releasing some of my older videos throughout the lifespan of this channel. Because I really do, when I go back and look at those videos, like, I see the old me, kind of. And it sounds cheesy as fuck, right? But, like, those videos to me are like a vault in a time capsule, where I can just go back and I can see my life, basically. Because I have probably over like 200 videos on that old channel. And just shit posts, like montages, gameplays, full gameplays of my friends, full live streams. It's just, it really is crazy. And that's one of my favorite things about YouTube, and that's one of the reasons I do it, right? It's because when I go back and I watch my old videos, I see exactly where I was at that point, right? I see when I was in freshman year making Overwatch videos because I was homeschooled for like a year, right? And I was just grinding out Overwatch with my team. And I see footage of my scrims with them and the prep talks from my coaches and all that. And it really means a lot to be able to go back and actually view these things. And I know this is getting like a little off topic, but you know, it's kind of sentimental to me having these random ass Korean words in them. And I get it, right? It's cheesy as fuck, man. You know, I've been doing this for a long time, and it's kind of one of the ways I like to add my own personal flair to my videos, because a lot of people make the same shit as me. And the only reason I stand out realistically isn't because of my editing or my skill right now, especially. It's because I have a following right now, right? Like, if I were to be posting these videos, these montages on a channel that didn't have 10k, 11k subs, I wouldn't be getting any views. And that's just the simple fact of it. So, especially to all those people out there that do make content similar to mine, it's a really large struggle to get your channel off the ground. Take this from me, right? I got lucky because I was posting at the right time and y'all appreciated what I was posting. So you started subscribing, right? So to anyone that's like starting a new channel and you're asking for advice, my only advice to give to you is to be consistent and try your best to avoid shit posting, you know, posting stuff without thumbnails, and honestly, clickbait, because it works, right? I fallen, you know, prey to clickbait many times, and I use it on my own videos occasionally. Obviously, when I clickbait my shit, I try and keep it within reason, right? I don't go out and say shit that doesn't actually happen in the videos, but I try and make like eye-catching thumbnails and whatnot. So for the smaller creators out there, have a nice channel layout. Do whatever the fuck you want, really, as long as it looks decent. Have decent editing. Put effort in, right? You can't go anywhere without the effort. And don't get discouraged when you're only getting, like, I don't know, like 50, 60 views a video. Maybe not even that, right? Like, it sucks. I get it. So, once again, off topic. but I just kind of wanted to address that because a lot of people have been coming to me and being like, yo, how do you get your channel off the ground? How'd you do it? I'm like, honestly, man, I just got lucky, right? And I have been grinding out the channel, so I will account some of it to the fact that, you know, I've tried my best to stay on top of it. But in reality, right, speaking, you know, person to person, man to man, I'm not a fucking YouTuber right now. It's just, I got lucky. So, as much as I say, like, you know, you guys are fucking idiots and whatnot, I do appreciate you guys subscribing. And I'm being as sincere as possible when I say that. So, yeah, I mean, this has been my 10K special, and I hope I didn't get, like, too personal with it. That's kind of what I was trying to avoid. But usually when I go on tangents, I just keep going and going and going. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you a little bit of insight into who I am. So you can see I'm not just this robot behind a screen pumping out videos, you know. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good night.